Excellencies, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, I read the figures presented for today's launch with a heavy heart. It is particularly concerning because it is not the first time that we are discussing the increasing food and nutrition needs. And yet, we have not managed to get out of the circle of famine in too many places. And the threat of famine is real in many others and for too many people. The effects of the climate change and environmental degradation, as well as the COVID pandemic, continue to unfold. To make matters worse, this year, the Russian aggression against Ukraine has cast a dark shadow on global food security and nutrition. Food affordability is becoming a problem around the world. Throughout today's event, a clear message resonated. We need to act now, and we need to work together. Is the international community up to this task? I believe it is, and I wish to contribute to this closing session with some hopeful remarks. In April, the EU and its member states pledged over €1 billion to promote food security and resilience in the Sahel and Lake Chad region, and 633 million for the Horn of Africa. In the pledging events for Yemen and Afghanistan, the EU committed 365 and 520 million euros respectively in humanitarian aid, including food assistance. These are some examples of how the EU works in a Team Europe approach. By leveraging collective action and pooling resources, our global solidarity is stronger and far-reaching. These recent EU pledges are also the fruit of the humanitarian development peace nexus in action. I'm an adamant advocate for closing the humanitarian funding gap and ensuring humanitarian access. However, I know that humanitarian aid alone is not a sustainable solution. Short-term actions must only cover emergency and provide the gateway towards a long-term and resilient development. For example, cash-based assistance can help communities cope with high food prices. In parallel, investments to support social safety nets and the resilience of food systems can ensure that communities can bounce back from shocks and move forward. As this crisis is affecting regions in different ways, a tailor-made regional approach is needed to draw the right mix of policy tools. Moreover, as early warning systems improve, so does our capacity to anticipate shocks and act early before crises strike. We must support the uptake of anticipatory mechanisms to avert hunger crises, while navigating a complex risks landscape. Anticipatory action can really invert the direction from spiraling into devastation to building resilience instead. To conclude, there should be no place for hunger in the 21st century. Yet, we are seeing too many people pushed away from the path to prosperity. The EU is committed to address this food and nutrition crisis together with the international community. We demonstrated this at the UN Food Systems Summit and the Nutrition for Growth Summit. We attach great importance to the global network against food crisis, and we are dedicated to strengthening this partnership and to deploy its full potential. I thank all colleagues for contributing to this year's global report on food crisis, which is an indispensable assessment of global needs, a major reference for decision-making, and, now more than ever, an urgent call to action. We understood the messages of this year's report, and we will join the work to address the emergency and build resilience for a sustainable future. Thank you.